going on YouTube? It's about Lucky HD here, and today I'm uploading another Minecraft pixel art tutorial build. And today we're going to be doing Kurama, other known as Ninetales from Naruto Shippuden. And this is part 2 of the tutorial. And without further ado, let's get into the blocks we're going to be needing for today. So we're going to need our black concrete as per usual, and our gold block, which is our placement block, just in case we need it for any areas. And today we're going to be moving on to where we left off in part 1. So we last were over here doing the kind of second back leg, and we're going to be doing mostly going like up here and around here, trying to complete most of the body outline. We're going to do the body outline first of the build, and then we'll move on to the tails once we finish the complete body outline. Without further ado, let's move on to where we left off then, and have our black concrete out. And also, if you haven't already, hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already, because that would help out my channel a lot. And turn on the notification bell to get notified when more parts come out for Kurama and other builds. And without further ado, let's get started. And once we have flown over to this 3 going here to the right, we're going to do 4 upright diagonals from the very end one. So, 1, 2, 3, and 4. There we go. Then we're going to place one on top of the 4th one, just like so. And then we're going to do 2 upright diagonals from here. So, 1 and 2. And on top of the 2nd one, just place 1 on top. And there we go. Then, do another 2 upright diagonals. So, 1 and 2. And on top of the 2nd one, we're just going to place 1 on top again. And then this 2 here, we're going to repeat this 2 more times in an upright diagonal direction. So, upright diagonal. 1 on top, adds 1, and adds 2. That should be 3 of those 2's in total. 1, 2, and 3. There we go. I'll have a quick zoom out, just have a look what we've done so far as well. There we go. That's what we should have done so far. And once we've done that and had a good enough look, and you're ready to go, we're going to fly back over to the last 2 that we just did. Fly back over. And once we're flying back over, we're going to do 6 up left diagonals from here. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And from this 6th one here, we're going to place 1 going to the left, just like so. And there we go. That should just look like that. So there's 5 little up left diagonals there, and then a 2. And without further ado, fly back in. And we're going to do another up left diagonal from here. And we're going to place 1 going to the left. And do another up left diagonal, place 2 to the left, so 1, 2. Then do another up left diagonal, and place 1 going to the left. And do another up left diagonal, and place 2 going to the left, so 1, 2. And then we're going to do another up left diagonal, and then we're going to place 5 going to the left, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And again, just have a quick zoom out. I don't want to zoom out too often, but when we're kind of at a part, I try and zoom out to the best timing possible. And without further ado, once we have done that, we're going to move back into the 5, which is placed to the left. So fly back in towards here. And we're going to do 6 bottom left diagonals from here. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Once again, from the 6th one, we're going to place 1 going underneath, and then we're going to do 2 bottom left diagonals from here. So 1 and 2. And now from this 2nd one here, what we're going to do is we're going to place 1 going to the left, then underneath we're going to place 2 going underneath, 1, 2. Then we're going to fly back up to the top and place 1 on top. I'm just going to zoom out and have a look what we've done. So that's what it should look like there. So basically, we're going to come back down to the bottom later on, but we're just going to finish the top bit first. So we're going to go and fly back up to the top. And once we've flown back up to the top, we're going to do an upright diagonal from here. And we're going to place 1 going on top. And then we're going to repeat this 2 here 2 more times in an upright diagonal direction. So, upright diagonal, 1 on top, that's 1. And that's 2 again, that should be 3 2's in total. 1, 2, and 3. and fly back up to the one we just did. And then we're going to do 4 upright diagonals from here. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And from this 4th one, we're going to place 1 on top, just like so. Then we're going to do another upright diagonal from here. And from this upright diagonal, we're going to do another upright diagonal. And then what we're going to do is we're going to place 2 going to the right. So 1, 2. And we're going to fly back into the left. And we're going to do an up left diagonal from the end of the 3 here. So the first one that we did, do an up left diagonal, and then we'll zoom out. So we're going to be continuing to the right, so we're going to fly back to the end of this 3. Once again, that'll be a later part, probably not in this part, but we will come back to that at a later date. And let's just fly back in to the end of this 3. And once we've flown back into this 3, we're going to do a bottom right diagonal from here. And from this bottom right diagonal, we're going to place 2 going right, so 1, 2. Then do another bottom right diagonal from here. And we're going to place 9 going to the right from here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then we're going to do an upright diagonal from here. And from this upright diagonal, we're going to place 1 going to the right. And we're going to fly back to the left. So back here. So back to the first one we did. And we're going to repeat this to here 3 more times in up left diagonal direction. So up left diagonal and 1 to the left. That's 1. That's 2. And that's 3. And there we go. That should be 4 of those 2s in total. 1, 2, 3, and 4. There we go. A quick zoom out again. Once we have done that, we're going to fly back in to the very first 2 that we did over here. So this 2 here. And we're going to fly back in towards this 2. And once we've flown back in towards here, we're going to do a bottom right diagonal from here. And from this bottom right diagonal, we're going to do another bottom right diagonal. And we're going to place 5 going to the right from here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we're going to do an up right diagonal from here. And we're going to place 4 going to the right. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And what we're going to do is we're going to do an upright diagonal. We're going to place 2 to the right, 1, 2. We're going to do another upright diagonal. And place another 2 to the right, so 1, 2. And we're going to zoom out. And basically, once you've done those 2 3s, we're going to fly back to the one that we just placed 4 to the right. So this one here. So where we did the 2 3s from. And we're going to fly back to here. And we want to do a bottom right diagonal from here. And then we want to do another 2 bottom right diagonals from here. So 1 and 2. And from this second one, we're going to place 1 to the right, just like so. Then we're going to do 2 bottom right diagonals. So 1 and 2. And again from the second one here, we're going to place 1 going to the right, just like so. And then we're going to repeat this 2 here 2 more times in a bottom right diagonal direction. So bottom right, 1 to the right, that's 1, and that's 2. And then we're going to do 2 bottom right diagonals from here. So 1 and 2, and there you go. As you can see, that second bottom right diagonal just connects to this little piece here in a bottom right diagonal direction to this one going to the right, and it's 4 going underneath, as you can see. And we're just going to zoom out. And there we go. So you can now see the second leg fully done there. And once we have done all of this and had a good look at what we've done, we're actually going to be moving on to the next leg. So we want to go back over to the left here, where we place these 2 going underneath that I said we'll come back to. So we're going to fly on back over to here. Now once we are flying back over to here, we're going to do a bottom left diagonal. And we're going to place 1 underneath. Then we're going to do another bottom left diagonal and place another 1 underneath. Then we're going to do a bottom right diagonal. We'll place 2 underneath. 1, 2. And then we're going to do 4 bottom left diagonals from here. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And from this 4th one, place 1 underneath. And then we're going to do another bottom left diagonal. and place another one underneath. And then we're going to do another bottom left diagonal. And then from this bottom left diagonal, we're going to do another bottom left diagonal. And we're going to place one going underneath, just like so. And then we're going to do two bottom left diagonals from here. So, one bottom left diagonal and two bottom left diagonal. And from the second one, we're just going to place one going underneath, just like so. Now we're just going to zoom out and have a look at what we've done so far. As you can see, this is what we've done so far. Now once we've done this, we're going to fly back in. Once you're ready to go, fly back back to where we just left off. And once we've flown back to here, we're going to do another two bottom left diagonals from here. So, one and two. And then from the second one, we're going to place one going underneath. Then do another bottom left diagonal. And place another one underneath, just like so. And then we're going to do another bottom left diagonal. This time we're going to place three going underneath. So, 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to do another bottom left diagonal. And this time we're going to place two underneath. So, 1 and 2. And then we're going to repeat this three here two more times in a bottom left diagonal direction. So, bottom left diagonal and two underneath. 1, 2, that's 1. And that's 2. Now there you go. As you see, that is 3 in total. So 1, 2, 3. And once we've done that, fly back down to the bottom of this 3 here. And we're going to do one bottom left diagonal from here. And then underneath this bottom left diagonal, we're going to go underneath by 3. So 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to do another bottom left diagonal. And go underneath by 1, just like so. And then we're going to do another bottom left diagonal. And go underneath by 2. So 1 and 2. And then we're going to do another bottom left diagonal. And go underneath by another 2. So 1 and 2. And then do another bottom left diagonal. And then from this bottom left diagonal, we're going to do another bottom left diagonal. And we're going to place 3 going to the left for now. So 1, 2, 3. And what we're going to do is we're going to place 4 on top. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then from here, we're going to do an up left diagonal. And we're going to place 1 on top. And then we're going to do 3 upright diagonals. So 1, 2, and 3. And then we're going to fly back down to the bottom of the 2. And then once we're flying back down to the bottom of 2, we're going to do 2 bottom left diagonals from here. So 1 and 2. And from the second one, we're going to place 1 to the left, then place 1 on top. And we're going to go underneath. So fly underneath. And once you've flown underneath, we're going to place 4 going underneath. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And from this fourth one, we're going to place 1 to the right. Then do an upright diagonal. And place 1 to the right. And there you go, that should just look like that. And once we have done that, we're going to fly back up to the one that we placed on top over here. So, flying back over to here. Once you've flown back over to here, we're going to do an up left diagonal. And from this up left diagonal, we're going to place 1 to the left. And fly back into the right, so back to here. And we're going to place 1 on top, just like so. Then we're going to do 2 upright diagonals from here. So, 1 and 2. And from the second one, we're going to place 1 to the right, just like so. And then do 2 more upright diagonals. So, 1 and 2. And there you go. As you can see, it's just 1 above here with a 2 gap going on top to here. And then we're just going to zoom out and have a look at what we've done. And once we've done this, we're going to fly back over to the one that we placed to the left over here. So, once we've flown back over to this one that we placed to the left, we're going to do a bottom left diagonal. And we're going to place 1 underneath, just like so. And then, what we're going to do is we're going to place 1 to the left, and then we're going to place 1 on top. So, as you see, it's a 2x2 square there. And we want to fly back to the bottom of the one sticking to the left hand side. So, back to this one here. And so we're going to place 1 going underneath. And then we're going to do a bottom left diagonal. And then from this bottom left diagonal, we're going to do another bottom left diagonal. Then we're going to place 1 going to the left. Fly back to the right, so back to here. And then we're going to place 1 underneath. And then we're going to place 2 going to the right. So 1, 2. Then we're going to do an upright diagonal. And we're going to place 2 to the right. So 1 and 2. And as you can see, it connects to the second one going up here, just like so. And once we have done that, we're going to fly back over to the one that we placed to the left over here. And once we're flying back over to this one that we placed to the left, we're going to place another 2 going to the left. So 1, 2. Then we're going to place 2 going up. So 1, 2. And then we're going to place 1 to the right. And then we're going to do 3 upright diagonals from here. So 1, 2, and 3. And from this third one, what we're going to do is we're going to place 1 to the right and fly to the left. And then we're going to place 2 going on top. So 1 and 2. And from here, we're going to do 4 bottom left diagonals. So we're going to place 1 to the left on this middle one here. And then 2. And then 3. And then you can just place 1 on top here at the edge. And that's 4. And there we go. That should look like that. And once we've done that, fly back up to this one up here. So back to this one, we're going to fly back to here. And once we have flown back to this one here, what we're going to do, we're going to place 1 going to the right. Then we're going to place 1 on top. Then we're going to place another 1 going to the right. And then another 1 on top. And then we're going to place 2 to the right. So 1 and 2. And then we're just going to zoom out. And there you go. So far, that should look like that in that little section there. So as you can see, we're doing just the kind of paws and claws. Just in the sections over here. And once we have done that, we're going to fly back to the 2 that we just placed to the right. And once we've flown back over to here, we're going to do another upper right diagonal from here. And we're going to place 1 going to the right. Then we're going to do 2 upper right diagonals. So 1 and 2. From the second one, we're going to place 1 going on top. And then we're going to do another upper right diagonal and place 2 on top. 1, 2. Then do another upright diagonal, place 1 on top. And do another upright diagonal and place another 1 on top. Then do another upright diagonal and place 3 on top. So 1, 2, 3. And then do another upright diagonal and place 2 going on top. So 1, 2. Then do another upright diagonal and place 1 on top. And then we're going to repeat this 2 here 3 more times in an upright diagonal direction. So upright, up by 1. That's 1. That is 2. And that's 3. And again, that should be 4 in total. 1, 2, 3, and 4. As you see, we've got 4. So we're going to fly back up to the top, where we just left off. And once we're flying back to here, we're going to do another right diagonal. And we're going to go up by 2. So 1, 2. And then what we're going to do is we're going to place 1 going to the left. And then we're going to leave that bit there. So we'll come back to that probably in the next part. And once we have done that, fly back to the right, back to here. And we're going to do an upright diagonal from here. And then we're going to place 1 on top. Then we're going to do another upright diagonal. And we're going to place another 1 going on top, just like so. And then we're going to do 3 upright diagonals from here. So, 1, 2, and 3. And from this third one, place 1 on top. Then do another upright diagonal. And then do another upright diagonal. And from this upright diagonal that we've just done here, we're going to go up by 13. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And what we're going to do is we're going to do another upright diagonal. And we're going to go up by 3. So, 1, 2, and 3. And then we're going to do another upright diagonal. And then we're going to do another upright diagonal. And from this upright diagonal, we're going to place 1 on top, and then fly back down. And then once we're flying back down, we're going to place 3 going to the right. So 1, 2, 3. I'm just going to have a quick zoom out and have a look at what we've done so far. As you can see, this is what we should have done so far. And once we have done this, we're going to fly back over to the 3 we just placed going to the right. And once we fly back to here, we're going to do 3 upright diagonals. So, 1, 2, and 3. And from this upright diagonal we just done, what we're going to do is we're going to place 2 on top. 1, 2. Then we're going to fly back down to the bottom of it, so back to here. And then we're going to place 8 going to the right. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And as you can see, this 8th one just connects to this bottom right diagonal here that we did earlier. we're not quite finished yet. So we're going to fly back to this 8. We're not going to zoom out yet. And once we've flown back to this 8, so the very end piece that we just did here, connecting to this bottom right diagonal, we're going to move in one to the left and place one on top. So we should look like that basically. And once it's done that, we're going to fly back in. And we're going to do another up left diagonal from here. And from this up left diagonal, we're going to do an up right diagonal. And from this up right diagonal, we're going to place 2 to the right, so 1, 2. And place 1 on top. And fly down, place 1 to the right. And fly back up to the one that we placed on top. And then do an up left diagonal. And there we go. Now we're just going to zoom out. And there we go, that's everything so far that we have done today. And I think we shall leave that because we're at a good part. Maybe a bit shorter than usual, but we're at a pretty decent part right now, so there's no point continuing it, because as I said, we're at a decent part, so we'll leave it at that. And as you see, it's actually coming along pretty nicely now. You can see a bit more detail. We can see his first leg here, another leg there, and another leg there. And for the next part, we're going to be coming back to that one sticking out there. We'll be doing the rest of the leg. And we're going to be doing a bit of the outline for the body. But again, without further ado, that's going to be all for today's video. I was meant to be doing Jira today though. That was actually the eternally plan after finishing Remove Tempest. But I have to actually build it into a thumbnail. And I don't have all the time in the world today because I do play a bit of football today. So yeah, we're just going to do this build. And I know a lot of people are liking this build. So we're going to do this. But yes, Master Jira should be the next build. And again, without further ado, that's the end of today's video. And if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button and subscribe. That'd be much appreciated. And again, turn on the notification bell to get notified when new pixel arts come out and new tutorials come out and the odd occasional short. And without further ado, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out, enjoy the rest of your day, and goodbye.